What up, second grade? Miss Carl here. It is great to see you all back. So today we're going to be looking at some big words, and we're going to be breaking those words up into syllables. Now you've learned about all kinds of different syllables, so that's the cool thing about now that you have all of this knowledge. If you see a big word that you don't know, you can use all of that information that you have about syllables and break it up into syllables correctly and use those syllables to help you figure out what the word is saying. So we're just going to practice that today. We're going to practice taking bigger words and breaking them up into syllables. Now I want you to remember that every syllable needs to have a vowel sound, whether it's long or short. So that's one way to check ourselves when we're breaking these big words up into syllables, is that does each syllable have a vowel sound? We need to make sure that once we break it up, we check that so that we're checking ourselves and correctly splitting these words up into syllables. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here we have the word understand. So if I was to break this up into syllables, you could either clap or you can use your chin to your hand, whatever you use, understand. So if I break that up, I go understand. So 3 syllables. Now in each syllable has a vowel sound, whether it's short or long. But this way, if I didn't know how to pronounce understand, you could break it up and we can use our knowledge about these different syllables to help us with what kind of sound those vowels will be making. So our next word is argument. So argument. If I was to break it up, argument. So we have vowel, vowel, vowel. Again, whatever vowel sound that makes, that's what I would do in looking at each syllable. But we need to make sure that each syllable does have a vowel sound. All right, let's keep practicing dividing up some of these bigger words. So here, we're just going to do the same thing. It says read each word. Use the saw tool to divide the words into syllables. Remember, each syllable in a word must have one vowel sound. So we were just talking about. So we just did argument, understand. Good. All right, so now we have perfectly. Perfectly. So perfectly. Perfectly. So I would break it up. Perfectly, right? We have vowel, vowel, and then our Y is our vowel for that third syllable in perfectly. Next, we have introduce. Introduce. So I'd break it up. Introduce. Introduce. Vowel, vowel, vowel.
Good job.
All right, let's keep practicing these. Our next word is silently. Silently. So if I broke that up, silently. Silently. So I'd break it up. Silently. Vowel, vowel, vowel. And you can see here we have our long I vowel sound. Silently. Watermelon. Watermelon. How would we break up watermelon? I want you to go ahead and pause me and either clap it out or have your hand to your chin, however you divide out syllables. And I want you to think, how many syllables does watermelon have? And then I want you to take your finger, get close to your screen. Don't actually touch it, but pretend to divide where we would need to for the syllables for watermelon. Go ahead and do that. All right, so watermelon. Watermelon. So you should have 4 right there. Watermelon. Let's figure out where we need to divide it. Watermelon. So we have a vowel sound in each of those 4 syllables. Watermelon. Oh, I need to make sure this is over here. Watermelon. Watermelon. All right, next we have transformer. So I want you to do the same thing. I want you to pause me and you figure out how many syllables first, and then to figure out where we would divide those syllables. Go ahead. All right, so transformer. Transformer. So we know we have 3. Where do we divide it? So we'll transformer. So we have vowel, vowel, vowel. Transformer. Next we have inspector. Again, I want you to pause me and first figure out how many syllables it has and then divide that word into its syllables correctly. Inspector. All right, inspector. So we need to have 3. Inspector, 3. Inspector. Inspector. That's how we should have it divided.
Great job.
All right, we're going to try a couple more of these. Same way we have been. I'll say the word. I want you to pause me and give it a try. You need to first ask yourselves how many syllables, and then where would we divide the word into its syllables? Where is that divide? All right, afternoon. Afternoon. So go ahead and pause me and figure it out, and then we'll go over the answer. All right, so for afternoon, I hear 3. Afternoon. Do we have a vowel sound in each syllable? That we do. Afternoon. Next we have strawberry. Strawberry. So go ahead and pause me. First ask yourself how many syllables, and then break it up into those syllables. Strawberry. So I hear strawberry. So strawberry. All right, dinner time. Down here, dinner time. How would we split it? How many syllables, and where's the divide? All right, so dinner time. Dinner time. Dinner time. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Dinner time. Dinner time. All right, next one, impossible. How do we do impossible? Go ahead and pause me and divide it out. Impossible. So we have 4. So we have impossible. Impossible. So go ahead and check these, see if that's what you had.
Fantastic.
Awesome job. All right, you guys did great. So remember, when we see those bigger words, we can divide them up into their syllables. Just remember that every syllable is going to have a vowel sound, one vowel sound. Nice job, guys.